everybody, it's me, Chandra Faith, and here for another Pick a Card reading. Today, our Pick a Card is Dream Interpretation. So if you just had a dream that you're still a little confused about, maybe one of these piles will help you uncover the messages behind that dream. So we have pile number 1, the Palo Santo. Pile number 2, the gold seashell. And pile number 3, our wood kitchen knife. So there you have it. Pick your pile and I will see you there. Bye. Hey everybody, it's me, Chandra Faith. Oh, I just whipped my hair back and forth. Sorry. Hello, pile 1, who chose the Palo Santo. And Palo Santo is an energy cleanser. So it's just to cleanse your energy gets dirty. And that could be from your own negative thoughts, other people's negative thoughts, negative atmospheres, anything that doesn't make you very comfortable or makes you angry or sad or makes you feel negative emotions. So this is a good way to clear that energy. And look up Palo Santo, and it's also known as a holy wood. And I think the monks or some sort of spiritual people pick these up off the ground. They don't pull them off the tree. They just find bits that are on the ground already. And yeah, you guys can do more research. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm also going to do my Mercury retrograde warning. I may flub up my words, get a lot of brain farts. I don't know. I already feel it coming on. But yeah, that's my Mercury retrograde warning. As I'm filming this, it is Mercury retrograde, the last one of 2020. And pile 1, you are also my initiation pile, where I light a candle for all of our readings today. And you've also become my daylight pile now, because I try to space out my readings so I don't just get mashed up with energy. And I just have more time during the day at different times of the day and night. So usually pile 1 is when I can get in the daylight readings. So pile 1, you're my initiators and my daylight people, if that resonates with you as well. But so let's get going on this. This is a blue candle, which represents the throat chakra. So I wanted to light a blue candle so that we can receive messages from spirit about what your dream means. So I thought, let's open up the throat chakra and communicate so that spirits can communicate to me, I can communicate to you, and hopefully it'll ward off my Mercury retrograde brain farts. So I cut all bonds. Sorry. There's flow. I cut all negative bonds, and may all negative bonds be cut for pile 1. There we go, and then I put it in my little bottle. And that's kind of my way of bond breaking or negative attachment breaking. So another thing that Palo Santo can help is clearing out those energies while also helping you cleanse any negative attachments you have. And cord or ribbon cutting helps me physically cut something so that negative energies are cut out. of my life as best as you can. Some of those stick and you need more of those heavy duty spiritual cuttings. So yeah, so let's light our blue candle. And I usually go clockwise to let in the magic, and I do it 11 times. I wasn't sure if that was 11 I was talking, but that's my number I use. I used to do 21, but then that was too long, but maybe not. Maybe 11's not enough. Okay, let me do 21 clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 does seem like enough. Oh my gosh, Anubis. If you don't already know, this is my familiar Anubis, and since retrograde, I have had trouble sticking these in, and I know they're not the right size, so it's not your fault, buddy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, let's try that. Let's just put a little secure energy in there. Oh, voila. Okay, guys. Thank you, my pile ones, my initiators. Let's see what your dream was about. So, Spirit, can you give us some insight on what pile one's dream meant? Ooh, here we go. Oh, I also forgot to introduce the cards I'm going to be using for your main reading today. And this pick a card is Dream Interpretation. Duh! So those are great cards. I really liked how it popped out to me when I got them, and I am just always trying to figure out my dreams. I barely remember them, and I sometimes only remember like bits and pieces, so these are a great reading to do on yourself. If you get these cards, is just right when you wake up, try to remember as much as you can, get that energy in your brain, and just do a reading, and cards will pop out. So let's see what you guys have for your dream. For pile one, can we get clarification? Thank you. And all right, so for your dream interpretation reading, you got 27, sailing, 15, riding. Sorry everyone, I had to add a little more light so you guys could see the cards better. So let me start over again. First you have sailing. Then you have riding. Oh, riding. It's glare. Trying to get the glare out for you guys. Sorry about that. You have nature. You have sweets. And you have doctors, clarified by the fighting. And then at the bottom, you have roots. So I'm going to read to you guys. So what this book has is just a bunch of synonyms for each of the words. So I'll read those to you, and then I'll go into reading each of your sections. So okay, there it is. I was like, another part of my Mercury retrograde warning is that may take me longer to find the pages that I need in books, which usually open up for me very quickly, but in retrograde, I'm just like, I can't find anything. My third eye is totally fogged up. That's how I feel. So first you have sailing, and sailing is number 27. Ship, waves, flows, distant places, horizons, landing. And then you have it clarified by 15, writing, racing, dynamism. Woo. Oh my gosh, I think I did this in the last pile one where I was sneezing, coughing, what else? Burping. And I feel like when there's intense energies, it makes me expel things. So excuse me for that, pile one. And maybe since you're my initiators, everything just comes out. So yeah, you're my daylight. So everything's in the light. So then let me start over again. So we have writing, which is racing, dynamism, enterprise, speed, view of the remote, means of transport. So I feel like this is very clear cut here. That whatever you dreamt about was a way to transport you over your subconscious. Because as you go into the dream world, you are traveling. There's a lot of travel cards in here. Traveling, riding, sailing. There's a lot of this kind of travel that you're doing. People don't realize that they're really traveling more than you would in the physical plane. You're going through dimensions, through time, through space. There's so much in there, inside that little REM session that you're having. And you're traveling somewhere. It could be, so really think about how were you moving about in the dream? Were you walking? Were you sailing? Were you tunneling? Or were you flying? There's different ways, and those can be your starter clues for where you should be looking. If you're tunneling down, if you're going deep, you're going into the deep subconscious. There are things in your shadow side hidden within you that you need to uncover. If you're going up in an elevator, flying up, you're trying to reach the higher plane. You're trying to reach towards your higher self. You're trying to understand things that are beyond your consciousness. Not your subconscious, that's below, but outside of your own 3D consciousness is a higher self, is a higher you that has potential and answers for you if you are confused about it. So you're definitely traveling through time or space, whichever applies to you. There is definitely a movement and you're going somewhere. So now we have nature clarified by sweets. So let's read about nature, which is life, energy, pure elements, regeneration, balance or lack thereof, fury of the elements. And then we have 18, which is sweets, delicacy, sweetness, taste, things or situations, excess. So what I'm seeing here is that there is a natural 3D self that you're really attached to, and that the physical world is very present in your dream world. And I think that when the elements of your 3D world are coming up in your dream world, then these are elements that hold the key, that hold the sweets, that will help you on your journey, that are going to help you unravel what it is that I need to look into. Like, say you have a mundane dream about going to work, and you have to see what it is about work that is a key to finding your truest desires. What is it in your 3D world that's popping up in your dream world that will lead you to the necessary things that will bring you to what you want in life? And so see what is popping up there. I'm seeing that there is just, it could be a workplace, or it could be in your own house. And look up house meaning, house dream meaning, and you can see the different parts of the houses mean different parts of your psyche. But yeah, your 3D life is popping up into your dream world because there are little gems that you can find when you wake up. There's little clues in what your dream is trying to show you. And the reason you're dreaming about things that are happening in real life, or if it just, you're like, it just seems so normal, like this seems regular, like I'm in my real 3D world, but it's trying to have you, it's kind of like rehearsal. It's trying to have you play out something in your real life. You're trying to, you get to go practice on the stage before you have an audience. That's what your dreams are about, is practicing on that 3D stage before you wake up, so you are prepared for whatever you need to know. So that's what I'm getting from that. And then we have doctors clarified by fighting. Ooh la la. I don't know why I just said that, but ooh la la. Oh my gosh. I need a bookmark. These are times for bookmarks. Okay, so we have doctors, care, medicine, rigidity, illness and recovery, judgment, health, and clarified by fighting, which is battle, target, aim, action against or in favor of others, enterprise. So what I'm getting here is, so this top layer right here is what I would see is going on in your reality, in your 3D world, and this is what's going on below the surface. So what I'm seeing from your dream is that you're getting a lot of advice. You're getting a lot of you don't really want to say no or yes or seem rude and tell people like, well, actually, I don't trust in your diagnosis. I don't really, I actually see it this way. You don't want to say it. You're like this naked girl who is surrounded by doctors and people inspecting her, and she's not saying anything. She's trying to play this little record, and she's thinking, maybe if I just play the record, I don't want to rock the boat. But no matter your gender, I just want to say, girl, it's your health. It's either your mental health, your physical health. You, no matter how many degrees or whatever people have, even if it's your best friend, your mom or dad, it's like, it's you who ultimately gets to decide on what you need to do with yourself. And I know that deep down inside, you are fighting it. There is a louder than usual consciousness right now that's saying, hey, I don't believe these things. I am tired of taking other people's advice. I am tired of listening to other people. I usually seek other people's help. I mean, I'm also, that is why I clicked on a tarot reading. But ultimately you are the deciding factor, that you need to trust that little voice that's slowly getting bigger. This is your little voice saying, hey, you know who knows the best for you? And it's not the person who raised you. It's not the person who knows you the most. Because the person who knows you the most is you. Oh my gosh, I just got that imagery of the Maya Rudolph Kamala Harris impression she does, and she's just like, that little girl right there, that little girl, that's you. That's you. And you need to understand that and not feel bad when you don't take other people's advice. I think you've done your dues of taking people's advice. You've done it. You're ready to live your own life and put on some clothes, play your records in a more appealing place than at the doctor's office, and just like, look at these people. They're really, of course it is, they're inspecting you and giving you advice because they want what's best for you. But what they don't see is that you know what's best for you, and you don't need any of the advice. No matter how good they or you thinks it is, you need to go in and fight for yourself. Fight for your opinion is what I'm getting here. Fight for that. And see that come out in your 3D. Because, yeah, what I'm seeing like right here is that you're hiding the sweets. You're hiding it over this waterfall, all these emotions, this drama, these rocks that are just obstacles in your way. And you're hiding the power, the extra sugar high, sugar rush that you can get by just owning up to your own life. So that's what I see the streams trying to tell you, is like, you're going on this journey through your life, and you need to just stand up and say, this is my life. Like, claim your life, please, claim it. It's your life. And you're an adult. So you gotta just stand up, even if you have to just physically do it and say, hey, that's my life over there. Bring it over here. It's mine. And so I think that's why your overall energy is roots. Look at that. They're growing out of this like weird rocky area, but it's also like a cement tree. It's very interesting. So roots, number 2, if 2 is significant, 2 is roots, family, origins, rootedness, natural energies, a past that returns. So what I'm getting here is that you're getting a lot of advice and support, of course, from your family and friends. But it is overwhelming you. And what I'm hearing is that you've got to check into your ancestors, that your heart has been yearning to talk it out with your friends and family, your soul family. So I think you've gotten enough advice from your 3D reality family. So now you need to go back, talk to loved ones who've passed, talk to ancestors of your culture to get those answers. And I think that's where they're trying to message you, is in your dreams. And that being like, yeah, I know that your mom has raised you and, you know, knows all about you, but it's right now you need to listen to your dead aunt. Instead, she has a new, different perspective than she did when she was alive. She probably would have given you the same advice your mom's giving you right now, but now your past aunt has way better perspective on the whole picture now. So if that scares some of you, take it slowly. Just do a general ancestral check-in. Just during one of your meditation times, just call in your ancestors. Say, ancestors, I open myself up for advice. If you can show that to me in the next week, or if you can let me know any messages now or in my dreams, and then just see how you receive the messages, because everyone's different. Everyone has a special route to their ancestors. And ancestors, you don't have to be related to them. It can also be people you are truly connected to. It could be like a musician that you really connect to who's passed, and connect to that. Just think of people who have passed that have really affected your life, and connect to them, because I think they're trying to talk to you through your dreams. And I think that's why you got the holy wood, the Palo Santo, just because I think that will help clear, all this. You have all this like energy from the 3D in your reality, just mushing up, clogging up your pipes, your spiritual pipes. So find some Palo Santo or sage, do that smoke magic, and cleanse your area. Even if you can't do it inside because of fire alarms, or just generally you don't want smoke in your house, go outside and get connected with nature. Go outside and cleanse yourself. Go all around your body, cleanse that area, and then maybe do a little ancestral meditation. Sounds good. That's what this Dr. Rainbow recommends for you. So let's get some fairy tale oracles to kind of see what your journey is, where your journey's going with these dreams, what other messages we can get about your dream. Oh, here, fairy tale oracle. And so yeah, let's see if there's any other messages we have for your dream pile. One. Whoa! Let's just take that one. Okay. Brother and sister transformation. Oh, look at this. It's a little baby deer. So transformation. Let's see that. I want to see you guys transform. You seem very bogged down right now, and I think a transformation, a smoke cleansing is in order. So let's read that. 25. The brother and sister transformation. So she hunted up leaves and moss to make a soft bed for the little roe. And every morning and evening she went out and gathered roots, nuts, and berries for herself, and tender young grass for the fawn. And he fed from her hand and played round her, and seemed quite happy. In the evening, when sister was tired, she said her prayers and then laid her head on the fawn's back and fell sound asleep with it as a pillow. And if brother had but kept his natural form, really it would have been a most delightful kind of life. Take a look at that. Oh, it is so adorable. In this enchanting tale, which has variations from the old Nordic lands to the steppes of Russia, a young man and woman, barely out of their childhood, are driven from their homes. There is an enchantment upon the land, and when they come to a stream, the thirsty brother is warned by his sister not to drink from it, or he will be turned into a wild bear and tear her apart. At the next stream, he again just resists drinking, for his sister warns him again that if he does so, he'll be turned into a wolf, and she will be devoured. But when they reach the third stream, his thirst cannot be tamed, and he drinks. And at this stream, he turns immediately into a young roebuck. His sister promises to care for him, and to prevent him running away, she plaits a rope of rushes and gently leads him to a house she finds in the woods. She cares for him, forages for him, and they live a beautiful life until a king enters the forest with his hunting party. This part of the tale is the ancient remnant of the wild hunt. This fairy king will break the enchantment in part at first by discovering this beautiful woman who cares so tenderly for her brother. But after making her his queen and caring for her and respecting her and her brother, the enchantress discovers this and comes after the happiness of the young woman yet again. This shows the relentless nature of resentment and the folly of holding on to it. Because, of course, the evil one is defeated and balance and his human form is restored to the brother. This tale is about so much, how you can balance what you want with what will take place once you obtain it, how to delay your gratification, how to maintain your integrity with the wild, and yet be able to have a strong will, and how to live a good life when we seem to be cursed, and how to survive the envy of others when our happiness is too much for bitter hearts to bear. And of course, it is about close relationship with family members and the caring we do for the young, helping them work their way through the difference between what they want and what will harm them. Meaning, wisdom and instinct must be brought into harmony, living a quiet life in the wild, warnings unheeded, living with consequences, filial love and tenderness, love and care for those younger than you, teach others how to balance their instinct and their intelligence, find comfort in simple pleasures, live a good life, enjoy the rewards that will come your way. Do not fear envy. It is temporary transformation, harmony of our instinct and our mind, the love of a sister. Ooh, still getting those big family vibes. And if you have siblings, I feel like some of you are very close to your siblings, and those might be your advisors right now, and it's hard to pull away, just like this girl who can't pull away from her brother who's been turned into a deer. And that also the idea that envy plays a big role in this story. And that I think you're really afraid of offending people or making people envious of you taking care of yourself, or like not needing their advice anymore. And I think that's where you built a lot of your very, very intimate, close relationships, is that they were always there to give you advice, to help you with your life. And it's scary for you to break that and change that, transform that relationship. And that's what the transformation is. And this is what I see this dream is trying to tell you, is to transform that relationship. You don't need to break that bond. We didn't cut this relationship out of your life when we broke the negative bonds. No way. Those are strong, beautiful bonds. But you've also got to figure out ways to not just let them be your therapist. Your loved one cannot be your therapist. You need to find a therapist who you can vent and get advice from. That's really important, so that you can use your time with your loved ones to party, to have a good time, to watch a movie, to do what you guys like to do besides bitch. And if that's all you guys have been used to doing, you really need to look into doing other things. Because I've had friendships like that where we'd get on the call, they'd call me or I'd call them, and it would just be like, we're just bitching about things, and we never talk about, good things or hopeful things. And the relationship deteriorates when that's all you're talking about, or if you're not going and doing fun things with each other. It sours the relationship if that is all. Negative energy, negative talk, it really sours a moment. It really takes away from a friendship. At first, it may feel like it's a great way to connect to each other, but if you're not talking about solutions or having fun, then there's no point. You might as well be talking to a paper bag, because a friendship needs more than just problem solving and, I don't know, roboticness. It needs this flow and this focus on positivity instead of negativity, is where I'll leave it at that. Then I've been called to do the Enchanted Forest, since you got such a lovely little baby deer card. So here's the Enchanted Forest tarot that I use. Alrighty. Any other messages you have for pile 1? And we've got the Enchanter. Okay. So the Enchanter is the Magician in regular tarot. So let's look at that. And by regular tarot, I mean the Rider-Waite. To just remind you guys as you get used to my channel. The Enchanter. The Enchanter observes everything that happens in the forest, and then he influences it, manipulates it, meddles, and brings elements together to create situations he deems beneficial. He sets things in motion. He can converse with every bird, beast, gnome, ogre, sylph, and elf, though he may pretend to be hard of hearing with the elves. The Enchanter takes a special interest in humans passing through the forest, whatever their purpose. You may ask him for magical help if you get in trouble. Be aware, though, that he may not choose to give the kind of help you hoped for or expected. He has been known to stir things up for those who try to take the safest route. The Enchanter is far-seeing when it comes to adventures that happen in the forest, and what seems inexplicable and troublesome to you may be part of a larger design that only he can see. Still, you can always learn from him, especially when it comes to using your own powers to their fullest. Meaning at a glance. Magic, wisdom, force of will and intention, ability to influence and help, power at your command. A closer look. The Enchanter's sleeves are trimmed in otter fur, which is a protective charm often used by wizards. The Enchanter conjured the fur without harming any otters. Of course. So you have this potential to be this magician, this enchanter. You're able to transform your life, and all you need to do is acknowledge that you have that power. That, again, claim your life. This is my life. I am the sole wizard in conjuring whatever I need, whatever solutions I need. I am that magic. And I want to read this part again for you. What seems inexplicable and troublesome to you may be part of a larger design that only he can see. That only the universe can see. That only people who, that's what I was saying, people who have passed and your ancestors, general cultural ancestors, have a lot of information. The people who are living, who are in here, or even talking to God or a higher power that you believe in. Talking to them, talking to spirit, the universe, whatever you want, something that's outside of this 3D reality, because what I'm seeing is that you're so used to talking to people, you have no problem talking about your feelings with your friends and family, but what you need to do is talk to a higher power of some sort, or of someone who is not living. Talk to dead people. Sixth sense that, y'all. Like, you know, I was just getting that scene from Beetlejuice where the lady's like, never trust the living. And it's Halloween season. Halloween's in like 5 days, peoples. 4 days, 4 to 5 days. But it's Halloween week. So what better time to talk to the dead or talk to higher powers, or the higher power, is this week when the veil is lifted, where and it's Mercury retrograde. So maybe your logical thoughts aren't getting in the way of you connecting to spirit, of you connecting to those who have passed on, and you can do it. You can do it. We all have a connection. I may be a medium, but I learned that early on, and that's why it comes so easy to me. But it's like, at one point in my life, I was way more comfortable talking to dead people than the living people. So it's a balance, but I see that you are firmly planted on this plane. So why don't you just dip your toes in as the veil is lifting for Halloween, and connect with your ancestors. So finally, let's get some divination blocks and some charms for your dream, and then we'll call it a wrap. So we got W or an M, whichever resonates with you. We've got a dragonfly, and the dragonfly is the messenger into the dream world. So yeah, look up dragonfly totem, and I think that will explain more of how he's a messenger of the dream world. And you might start seeing dragonflies. I don't know if they're still coming out at this time, but maybe you'll see like a pair of dragonfly earrings, but yeah, connect into that dragonfly energy. I think that's gonna help you ride. It could be your ride into your spiritual journey that I told you to go on. And then finally you have 6, which can also be a 9. So you got the 2 like reflecting letter number combo. So very, very watery. You're going into the watery depths. So if you don't have water in your chart, it may be a little scary. But if you do have a lot of water in your chart, then I think you'll be able to flow. I think if you do, if there is a lot of, if you are a water sign or if you have water in your chart, I think you can use that because you've been pushing your emotions onto your friends and family and trying to figure things out that way. And I think you need to release that emotion, that energy into the heavens, into outside, not directly to living people, to the energies outside of yourself that aren't your friends and family. Just leave your friends and family alone for now and connect to spirit, whatever that means to you. I just keep feeling like I need to repeat that for you, or your guys are like, just keep saying it. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of things. Okay, well, maybe these will have some clues into which ancestor you need to talk to as well. So we got this football helmet. So it is American football season. It's also a 49ers helmet, if that is significant to any of you guys. But yeah, in general, I just see there may be someone in your past who is really into football or football. Maybe if you haven't started watching football, try watching some. I don't know. Something about football there. American football. Okay. And then we have, whenever this happens, it's always on this like chain that has like a wheel, a machine, a cog on it. So what I have is that there's a lot of things kind of stringing along in your life, getting tangled up. But this golden circle is there in your life, is there for you to follow. And I think that's a great that's a great way to look at it, because I think right now your life feels all messed up and tangled up, but really just remember that you're on this beautiful golden circle guided by your guides, your ancestors, and spirit, the universe. It's all together. From your perspective, it looks like this, but it's really a golden circle. And you also got the beautiful white flower earring. And what I'm getting from, I'm really getting like a very memorial, something about someone who's passed. They might have really liked hibiscus flowers or flowers in general, white flowers, or it just reminds me of one of those like mourning wreaths that you give people when they've passed, or flowers you give to the dead, is what I'm seeing here. We got the little crystal teddy bear, and so that's to just kind of look. I think what I'm feeling is to look into who you were really connected to as a child, and if they've passed, maybe talking to them, and kind of getting that nurturing feeling from them that you usually get from your friends and family who are living. And I think this is also saying that the spiritual world, the world outside of us, is here to nurture you and be your caregiver, and has been your caregiver since you were born. That you are taken care of, just like a little baby. And then we have this triangle with a big circle and 3 circles, which was a part of my hamster wheel for my hamster, Mr. Gale. And I don't know, I just think of this as another like circle unity. Everything works out in this balance, that you shouldn't be afraid of letting go of your friends and family's advice, that everything will balance out, that once you get connected to the spiritual world, you will be able to easily balance everything out within you. That's what it is inside. All these little circles are little pieces of you that are whole and that are being guided. And then finally we have an F. F, F, F. So that's all the messages I have for you, Pile 1. So thank you so much for stopping by at Reading Rainbows, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. I'm Chandra Faith, and you are here at a Reading Rainbows Divination Pick a Card. And today's Pick a Card is for your dream interpretation. So let's get into it. Pile number 2. Who chose the golden shell? Ooh. And I'm just going to give my Mercury retrograde warning right off the bat. So if I flub up, mind fart, or do anything else that takes me a little longer, or I'm a little slower, or not as coherent, I'm blaming retrograde. Boom, did it. So, Spirit, what is behind pile number 2's dream? What messages are coming through from pile 2's dream? What is the meaning of pile 2's dream? Ooh. Floppy fish. Okay. In there. And can clarify this card. Clarify the last card. Spirit. Clarify. Whoa. 2 cards, eh? Okay. So we are reading from Dream Interpretation, of course. For our Dream Interpretation, pick a card. And I'll read the words that are behind each of these cards. Oh, first of all, oh my gosh, my mind's a little jumbled. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you got writing, clarified by sweets, blessing, clarified by love. 29, nudity, clarified by number 2, roots, and number 12, dogs. Okay, and your bottom of the deck overall energy is books. Okay, so let's read writing and sweets. Writing is number 15. So let's dive into that. Racing, dynamism, enterprise, speed, view of the remote, means of transport. Now, the word dynamism stood out for me, and it's funny because I was going to tell you the definition of the word, and then it floated away. And so I'm going to have you guys look this up. Dynamism. Dynamism. Look that up and see how that relates to your dream. Because I forgot what it was, so I think it's so you can find out yourself. And that is clarified by 18. Sweets. Delicacy, sweetness, taste, things or situations, excess. So again, like pile 1, you're traveling. They got riding and sailing, I think. Something like that, but clarified by sweets. So it seems like you're traveling towards these mental gems, this mental gifts. They're not exactly, sweets aren't something you need and can't live without. They're little treasures, little things, little bits of appreciation that you can savor for a little bit and then let go. It's simple and easy and breezy. So what I'm seeing in your dream is you might have traveling in your dream. Some sort of transportation is happening within there, and you're just traveling to different parts of your psyche, basically. And you can also get into traveling in different dimensions and all that different stuff, but basically you are traveling towards a reward, towards something that will not last you forever, but are little clues, little hints to what you're trying to do, what goal you're trying to attain. So keep traveling in your mind, and there you will find clues and hints to what you need to do to solve those dilemmas that are in your life. So then we have blessing, number 10, clarified by number 3, love. And look at that. They're kind of similar. This embrace, the way the picture moves is also very interesting, and how they're embracing each other, both of them. So it was like this. So what I see is this top section right here is the conscious, and then down here is the subconscious, below what we're usually thinking about and what lies beneath. So let's read about blessing. Good wishes, divinity, help, protection, transfer of energy. Do you see that? That big finger is transferring energy. And what I'm seeing from this card is that in your dreams you're getting these spiritual downloads, as they call it, and bringing in these codes into your system, into your DNA, to help you rise up to higher consciousness, higher thinking, and a more blissful situation in your life. And all you need to do is get some sleep, and you'll be blessed with that higher knowledge. Even if you don't remember your dreams, you are downloading that. So keep meditating. Keep opening your mind, letting go of negativity so your dream channel is clear for you to download. And there you can find a Louvre, which I have union, couple, marriage, sex, affection, universal love, bonds. So also in your dream, I see that there was probably someone very special to you romantically in your dream. That could be in the past, that could be in the present, that could even be someone you didn't know and you were acting very affectionately towards this person in this dream. So that's kind of leading you to where you want to go. These downloads, these digital downloads, this little finger on your head is helping you find the love of your life, the real person that your love lies in. That's what that dream's pointing to. That's what this finger is pointing to. Said, hey, you can get with that girl. You can get with your person. You just got to open yourself up to the possibility. And what I keep getting is keep meditating. Meditate. That's how you're going to draw this person closer. And that they're already entering your mind. You're feeling that connection, that love or something. Or they could just be like, whoa, why was this person in my dream? But it seems like there's a piece of love in this person that you see in this dream. And you got to figure out the sweets. What is the clue? What is the sweet spot to what does this mean? This person in my dream. That should be a meme. Oh, I lost train of thought again. Sorry, retrograding, going backwards, saying words. Hopefully this resonates. Then we have 29, nudity, clarified by 12 dogs and 2 roots. So let's look into nudity. Truth, body structure, eroticism, dance, and life. Clarified by dogs, which is loyalty, alliance, master, bond, hunting, pack, bites. Which is under roots, family origins, rootedness, natural energies, a past that returns. So you could also be dreaming about an ex or someone from your past, maybe a long time ago, maybe a childhood crush, sweetheart. Someone down there is revealing themselves. Something about love is revealing itself to you in this dream. And that once you unlock that, you're going to unlock that loyalty and those roots, this deep, deep love. See, these are all the cards. These are all the cards on the bottom. Let me show you. Sweets, love, dogs, and roots. And those are such solid cards. And such a nice romantic vibe. So I feel like there is a message of love, if anything. If you dreamed about a specific person, then I think you should look into what that person means to you in your life. And finally, we have books, 21, my favorite number. And yeah, I was gonna say it's a robot looking at a book. Interesting. Robots reading. Very strange. I was just watching a movie about robots starring Tom Selleck called Runaway, where he's a policeman who's on the case when there's defective robots which can harm people. It's a very strange movie, written by Michael Crichton, I think directed by him as well. So I don't know why your bottom of the deck energy really triggered that movie coming up. I just watched it today, so that could be it too. But yeah, Runaway with Tom Selleck, look it up. It's a very interesting film. Very strange. Anyway, oops. Let's read about books. Culture, knowledge, writing, wisdom, communication, information. So yeah, getting that information, getting those downloads, getting those random 80s movies that I just mentioned. Your dreams are like that for you. They're going to trigger looking into certain books, looking into certain movies, certain music. I think your dreams are going to lead you, those little clues, those little sweets, those little breadcrumbs, by leaving messages in your dreams so that you can find these movies, films, or books that will lead you to possibly your love. And also just or your certain passions. If you have a goal in life, this is how the dreams are connecting with you. They are going to give you little bits of media that are going to help you along your path. So that sounds cool. Now let's get some unicorn oracles to get a little more insight on what your dream was about. Alrighty. Alright, unicorns. What was Piles 2's dream about? Oh my. Oh my gosh. Almost flew into the candle, Pile 2. You are having some intense energy. Was this a sexy dream for some of you? So I'm kind of feeling that a little bit. It was romantic. It was a little sexy. But maybe you're going to get some books, films, or music out of it throughout the week. I think too, it was a little more clues. I feel like you're on a little romantic treasure hunt, mental romantic treasure hunt. But we got anger, which says, safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. Anger. Then we have prosperity. A gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. Ooh, seeing that, feeling that those passions are coming in, not just romantic passions, but financial and career, or just if you don't make money off your passion, just general passion fulfillment. We've got hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. This is kind of reminds you of how this guy is looking up, and he looks kind of like he has a unicorn horn too. And they're both looking to the east. So back behind them. So where's it, forward? I don't know. whatever the East may have significance for you. And then finally, dance. You can dance if you wanna. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. Manifest your dreams through dance. So yeah, finding those musical pieces, musical clues, I think will help you find the songs that will move your body, so that I feel like it's just this dream is trying to connect you to this person, to this passion. And you're going through a lot of emotions. You're going through anger and hope, but there's so much joy to be had and so much prosperity. And this is what fuels the hope in your life, is that you accept your emotions, you even accept your dark horse, your darkness. You accept that and use that anger for dance, for movement. You're not stagnant. And I think that your spirit guides understand that you are free. There's that nudity, that freeness that you felt in the dream is really pushing you and saying, yeah, keep going. You're on your way to finding that person who you can share your books and your likes and your interests with. So yeah, keep going is what I got. So what else are we gonna do? We were gonna do some affirminators, love and relationships, and I think this is good for you guys, pile 2, since I feel like there is this connection to not just human love, but to your love for your passions, for those things you do in your spare time, or those things that you're afraid to do. Just live with them and grow with them and understand them, and your passions will grow. And if you don't think you know what your passion is, or you're not sure, just keep moving forward too, and that will show up too. I'm telling you, those sweets, they're there. If you don't see them in your dreams, they're there. They're little gems. They're little kisses, little candies of knowledge for you. Little clues on how your journey can be made easier and how you can get to your goal. Little solutions, I would say. So let's get some love and relationship advice for my pile 2s, coming from their dream, from Dream World. What are those messages from Dream World that you have? Spirit. Oh, look at that. I think there's more than one. Oh, there is. There's 2. Look at that little sweet. That little sweets. Let's see if there was a cupcake in this one. Yeah, it looks like there's little cupcakes. Look at all your sweets you're getting. Aww. Wholeness. I am complete, whole, and filled with love. Louvre. Oh my gosh, 3rd time's a charm. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. You got love again. The word love came out. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love. Oh, ding-a-ling-a-ling. There's love again. I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. FYI to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally welcome, as it's obviously the most delicious part. Oh, you guys are so sweet, and I think the universe is just giving you treats, and you should just eat them up, and you don't need to worry about being on a diet, because these are mental sweets, baby cakes. All right. Boundless. Oh my gosh. Again, Louvre, boundless Louvre, boundless love. Oh my gosh, there's so much love pouring out of this dream. Like sweet, creamy, caramelly love, or cotton candy love, or whipped cream love. It's all so sweet and yummy. Mm-mm-mm. I'm gonna want a candy, and it's almost Halloween, so candy season. But again, mental candy, but we're just getting off on that mental candy feeling. Ooh, what a steamy reading. Anyway, boundless love. Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again with everything from honeybees to neon signs, and while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. That is exactly, oh, this card. Thank you, this card, for pile number 2. This is you and finding those little tiny sweets in everything. The more that you fall in love with every little thing, the more your true love is going to come into your life. And you're not going to have to worry or pine away for them. You just need to be in love with life, and life will give you everything you love. Whoa! Whoa, pile 2. That is so cute. You guys are adorbs. Ah! You're like a little fluffy cotton candy cat with M&Ms in it. Oh my gosh, I'm so like, what a great dream you had. Pile number 2. That sounds so beautiful. So, let's get some divination devices. It's that Runaway movie with the robots. Shouting that out there for anyone who wants to take that little clue. Watch that movie. Runaway. Tom Sawyer. I don't know what year. Written by Michael Crane. Okay, guys. I am in a light and airy mood. All right. So we got B, E, B, K. I'm getting Be Kind Rewind. I feel like there's maybe movie people who are watching this. So go watch some movies. There may be some clues in there. A hammer. So what this hammer is telling me is just how you gotta keep working at it. Did I say that earlier? Well, anyway, you just gotta keep working at it. Just keep going. Keep working on loving everything around you and being so grateful. And that love will knock on your door. Knock, knock. Here I am. Maybe outside of your dream world, if you've been dreaming about them a lot in dreams but not really seeing them in real life. So just keep going at it. Don't lose hope. Where's that? Yeah. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, baby cakes. You're too sweet. Finally, we got a plus sign or a cross. Cross also means the 4 elements, balancing the 4 elements. I think that would help you guys out too. And finally, let's get some charms and/or stamps out of here. Alrighty. So we have the Holy Hand with the evil eye, or it protects against the evil eye. So it's like I don't know what it's called. Sorry if you do, or hey, comment to be like, what is this called? So yeah, but this is like, I always find this is like a protective bracelet, and but red also is like that passion, that romantic passion, that sexual love. So if you, I'm getting like, was this a steamy dream? Did you have a little steamy dream? Pile number 2s. topped off with some whipped cream and a cherry. And then, oh my gosh, pile 2, this is you eating your little candied apples. And this ladybug looks like a little apple too, but it's like, oh, it's so cute. Your life is just so sweet. And that is just what your dreams are telling you. And that to just love life through your dreams, because I don't I'm just getting, for some of you, I feel like you just had this really cute, adorable, sweet, steamy dream. So it was like both hot and heavy and also just really cute. That sounds fun. I want to dream like that. Here's the lizard. What I'm getting from the lizard is the desert, and how your mind brings out these little treats, these little bits of nourishment while you're in this desert of the mind, while you're adapting, just like the lizard, and just getting what he can, how he just bites at the little bugs that he can get, and then goes on his merry way. And I feel like that's what you are going through, is like finding those little treasures, those little clues. I keep getting the word clues. So clues for what you need to do. You need clues to know what to do. Then we have Wishbone. What's the story, Wishbone? Wow, I've gotten this before for other piles, but I didn't get Wishbone the show. But yeah, that could be significant for you or your dream. And what else am I getting from this? I'm getting a big dog vibe, but you didn't get the dog. Oh, you did get the doggy card. So there may have been a dog eater dream, or maybe the one you love is a doggy. And yeah, so I'm getting a lot of Wishbone loyalty, dog loyalty, and also just like from childhood, because Wishbone is a kid's show from my childhood. And just that kind of childlike wonder, that childlike dance you can do as you uncover more things to love. I think you're going to find that, and find that joy that dogs can give to people in your own life, with or without a dog. Then we have this stick with a hole in it. Looks like kind of like a wand. What I'm getting from this for you guys is magic. There is magic in nature and in those little things. Those little things are so beautiful, and the little things in life are going to create the ingredients for the magic, for things to happen in your life. What else did you get? I was like, you guys got a lot of stuff. We got the lobster, and this reminds me of the full moon, which, if you're watching this at the time I'm posting it, is about to happen on Halloween. So the moon represents things being revealed, and the lobster crawls out during the full moon, I think, during one of the moon cycles. And it represents coming out of the subconscious, things coming out of the subconscious into the conscious, and figuring out how we can either, it could be like fears coming out, or it could be, again, little clues to help you on your way that you may have overlooked. That's what's coming out in the next couple days, or at the full moon, your next full moon after you watch this. And then we have, okay, then we have this Jesus on a anchor. So this is just confirmation that the spiritual world is behind you, is your anchor. Like, I think a part of you might be afraid that, oh, well, I can't just like everything. I can't be a Pollyanna and just like love every little thing. No, no, no. You actually genuinely find things beautiful. And this is spirit confirming that, hey, you're never going to float away. No matter how positive you become, the universe, spirit is going to be your anchor. And you don't have to worry about being too happy or too positive, because people need that. It's hard for people to find the positivity and the beauty in things these days. So just keep at it. Don't worry about what other people think of you. If you're happy finding the beauty in things, please keep doing it. More people need to be out there loving things and loving life and loving other people and loving dogs and candy and loving, and I just feel like you're like a Sanrio store. You're so adorable. Oops. But I feel like you're a little afraid to, like, you know, you want to grow up a little bit, but use that in your own adult life. Like, I try to dress up in like sparkly clothes. That's my contribution to the cute and light, which I think is important in our lives. All right, finally for stamps, we have an A, a T, or no, yeah, that's a T. Pretty sure. Oh, or an L? I'm not sure. Take it any which way. And then we got a G. Leg. Leg. Or gal. How do I do that? Gal. Okay. Who knows? It's up to you guys. But hopefully that gave you some clarity on your dream. So I will see you next time at the next reading. Bye. Hey everybody. It is I, Chandler Faith, with Reading Rainbow's Divination. And this is your pick a card reading for your dream interpretation. For those who chose pile number 3. And the beautiful wooden kitchen knife that came from a stove and wooden food set that my husband had as a child, and now lives in our beautiful little school we have for little children. The end. I feel like that made me really sound like the witch in that Hansel and Gretel story, but we don't eat babies here, so whoa. I don't know where that's all coming from, but I am again going to give my Mercury retrograde warning. I may flub up words, may get some brain farts, may go off on tangents. I think it's been working better now that I'm doing the Mercury retrograde warnings. So, yeah, it is Mercury retrograde, and it does affect me. And the end. This isn't a Mercury retrograde reading. I have another one of those you could check out. But this is a dream reading, so let's focus on the dreams and stop focusing on retrograde. Retrograde is getting enough attention. There's a lot of retrogrades going on and have been going on this year, but this year, 2020, it's been fun. It's been an interesting kind of fun. So what are the messages behind pile number 3's whoa, dream? Interpretations of pile number 3's dream. Sweets, food. Pile number 2 also got sweets in this corner. The sweet spot. Alrighty. Then we'll clarify that final. Oh. Let's just take loneliness and obedience. And bottom of the deck energy is a mountain. Ooh, I just see already that you guys in your dream are going through a big journey in your physical 3D life, that it's also a big magical journey in your sleeping life, is what I'm seeing so far. So we are using the dream interpretation cards for our dream interpretation reading. Very nice. And I really like these cards because the meanings they give you are just a bunch of different words that the card represents. So it's just short and easy and breezy, and I'll read these to you. First, I'll show you what you guys got. You got number 11, shoes, clarified by number 18, sweets. We got number 5, art, clarified by number 9, food. Then we have 22, moon, clarified by 28, loneliness, and 7, obedience. Ooh, and 28 is a multiple of 7, so 7s could be important to you. They are to me. And you got some big numbers. You've got 11, a 5, a 9, an 18, which is double 9s. Double 11. You got a lot of doubles in here because you got 11, which is a double of 22. And then you got a 9, which is a double of 18. And you got a 7 and a 28, which is a quadruple, quadruple 7 equals 28. So lots of doubling in here. Mirroring maybe with another person. Mirroring is when your life is, I don't know what better way to say it, but mirroring the other person. Say you're going through some financial windfall, they are too, or kind of feeling the same emotions. Just your paths are similar, but they're not crossing yet. They're just looking at each other right now, paralleling each other. You're like little parallel universes of each other. Okay, so let's read about shoes. I'm gonna leave it up there so you guys can absorb the imagery as well as you think of your dream. Movement, ability to do, vanity, practicality, tools. And then we have number 18, which is sweets. Delicacy, sweetness, taste, things, or situations. Excess. So, as I see sweets, to me in dreams are like little clues to help you navigate on your journey, on your mind journey, which is ultimately to find the solution to your problems and to understand how to elevate yourself to reach your goals, to reach your passion. So you're using these clues as tools, like shoes are. They can also be a mode of transportation, our shoes, and these shoes have wings on them. So a lot of traveling in these dreams from all the piles, but in different ways. I think pile 1 had sailing, pile 2 had riding, and you guys have shoes. So you're using your feet. Look into what the spiritual meaning of feet is. The foot or feet chakra, foot chakra. Look into that too, and it's these little sweets, these little clues are stepping stones, and you're stepping on each little stone slowly. You don't try to rush it, or you'll fall into the river. Then we have art, clarified by food. So art is creation, catharsis, artists, imagination, observation, and communication of feelings. And then we got food, nutrition of something or someone, partying, binging, taste, hunger, abundance. Okay, so what I see here is that your dream is trying to tell you may do some sort of art, or you do have a passion that's like an art. Like say you're really good at lawyering and that's become an art to you. You have your own style. You have a lot of knowledge on it, and then you use that to make something original. Whatever art means to you in your life, that is what is nourishing you. This food is coming out through the art, and that whatever you're passionate about, whatever art you're doing, you need to just keep doing it. And if art is your hobby, you really got to start focusing on that a little more and see what needs work, what you need to do to push up your passions. Our goal in life is to really see our passions through and push ourselves up through challenges so that we can live the ultimate life where our passions are always fulfilled and we're in this state of flow in our life. And it doesn't matter what that looks like as long as we're flowing. It doesn't mean that we have to have a house and a big car and a boat. We just need to be able to flow, whatever that looks like to you guys, and to work with our art. Everyone has an art of living, a piece of art, doing something your own special way. That's art. And you use that to nourish yourself. So if you're neglecting whatever art that lays in your heart, then please go find it. Your heart is hungry and it needs art. Woo. So then we have a moon, clarified by obedience and loneliness. And look at that, this hand is pointing the same direction that our loneliness friend is looking. So for moon, we have dreams, fantasies. Dreams, fantasies, feminine, illusions, wonder, night. Clarified by loneliness. Where's that? 28. Meditation, contemplation, freezing, withdrawal, searching for others. And then finally 7, obedience, restriction, duty, leadership, ethics, call to action, rebellion. So with the moon to me represents things coming to light, illusions being revealed, and both this card represents meditation and this card has a guy meditating in the background. So your dream has this message that moving within, meditating, and just quieting the mind is what I'm hearing, seeing. Just like this person, this witch in the background, they are meditating, balancing these two people, these dualities in their mind. And I think that's a way for you to unlock your art, which is very important to you. And you use this idea of loneliness where I feel like when we say the word loneliness, it has such a bad connotation. And that we immediately feel sad and being like, oh, why are you alone? But our society doesn't appreciate aloneness. It's a time to meditate. It's okay to freeze over. It's snowing right now, or it had snowed in Colorado, and it's nice to just have that cold, have that pause in the snow. And then we have obedience, which looks like there's this girl, boy, adolescent person, and there's a wolf coming out of their jacket or their body while this authority figure is saying, go that way. And what I'm getting from that is there is a beast inside you that needs to be tamed, that needs to be harnessed, and is affecting you in an unhealthy way. That it may fuel your passions to create more art, but it's not tamed. It could bite you any moment, is what I'm seeing. And that the way to tame that mental beast is to go within and meditate. Do some guided meditations to if the beast is too loud, to just do quiet mindfulness meditation. It's something that you need to train. It's a wolf that you need to train into a domesticated dog, is your mind right now. And that's what I'm seeing from your dream. And your overall energy is the mountain. So yeah, you're on this journey. You need these shoes to get up there. And the only way to get those shoes is to bake that bread, make that food through your art, whatever that may be. And let's read about mountain real quick. And then we'll go on to some other cards. So here's mountain. Take a look at that mountain. Imagine what you're climbing up towards. What is up there for you, pile 3? What is your passion? What are you using your art to take you to? Where is that? And oh, look, what goes under there? The Lover's card. So in there is also there's love up there too. And it's there for you. If you found it or not, it's there, waiting. Love. Okay. Number 25. Mountain. Elevation, enormous obstacle, rock, firmness, dimensions, and mountain climbing. So yeah, it just seems to me that it's just a continuation of this journey that you have ahead of you, and you're going to use your art to nourish you on your path. You need nourishment. You need food and sweets. You do. in your mind and in your body. Blah, blah, blah. So now let's get some archetype oracles for some messages from your dream. From your dream. All right. What other messages do we have from pile 3's dream? We have the orphan and the nectar. Ooh. Ooh la la. Let me look. Okay. So let's read about the orphan. I lifted it up for you guys. The wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. To study the orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. So look at that and put down because my wrist is hurting. We are in a time of universal orphanage, of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card, as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed. Dear one, so yeah, what is rejected is most needed. That beast, you need to feed it instead of ignoring it. You need to, what are you starving for? What do you mentally feel starved of? Are you not getting enough time doing your art? Doing what your soul wants to do? Your soul work? What is that? Ask that question. And for the orphan card, we have when light, deep solace, deep acceptance, deep love. When dark, distance, hates and avoids, controlling, limiting. Then tenderness beyond tenderness is required. Imagine holding yourself in your hands to recognize that each one of us fears rejection, and isolation is to take one step towards the orphan. More kindness always. Access the archetype through creative acts like drawing, painting, or writing. Keep it simple. Ask the orphan what it wants to draw. Make, say. Ooh, that is such a good idea. Even if you don't do this as your own art. I'm going to read again. Access this archetype through creative art acts like drawing, painting, or writing. Keep it simple. Ask the orphan what it wants to draw. Make, say. So the orphan card really reminds me of a raged child. And a raged child is an inner child within you that is full of anger, full of sadness and has been ignored by you, and that's why they're an orphan. They're like this beast inside you that you are ignoring. And I think your orphan, your raged child is hungry. It needs to be fed through the art, and if you're not giving yourself room to do art or to write, draw, I forgot what it said. Write, draw, paint, do some music, do something creative. Even if you're not creative, and just let it out somehow. And talk to your child. the one that you feel is most afraid or most angry. Go to that child or children first. Then that's how you'll find it, and then you can move on your way back up the mountain, for sure. So then we have the nectar. So let's see what that is. The nectar. The medicine, the elixir, the garden. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amrit, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. This golden nectar, or sacred elixir, is the drink of immortality, and, like its sister substance, soma, is known to activate subtle, intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of the archetype, the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle form. That you may be overlooking, seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden. You have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. When light, glowing, relaxed, subtle illumination. When dark, fixation on fixing, aggressive approach to healing. Sense the nectar within you, dripping from the crown of the head and soothing the brain. Let it drip down the spine like sweet honey. The nectar, the mystic, and aletheia cards are linked. It is the mystic who, like Krishna, turns poison into nectar, and it is truth that can often serve as a potent elixir for healing. Ooh, so I think your orphan not only needs food, but it also needs medicine. It's sick. And that medicine you'll find in that meditation. You're going to find that calmness. It needs calming, soothing. It's kind of like rubbing Vicks Vapor Rub on your rage children to cool them down. Is take that quiet time. That once you can do the guided meditation all the time, but take some moments to be quiet. It could even be just for a minute, 60 seconds. And let your child be in that silence. It may at first be jumping up and down and crying and yelling, but it takes practice. And just show them that you can be calm while you're having your 1 minute. So do that. I think there's a lot of inner child work you got to do, especially with your rage children, your children that you have abandoned, that you've orphaned. You need to give them that medicine and that nourishment. So the nectar is that quiet in meditation, and then the food is your art and how you express your passions. That is how you feed your rage child, how you feed your orphan within you. It's you. It's you abandoned. And you ignored it because it was too hard to see that you were the one who's abandoning yourself. So go back there. Parent your inner child. They need you. They need a parent. You wanted your parents to parent you forever, but that is a inexperienced mind who thinks that, because ultimately our parents will die off and we will have to take care of ourselves. And even if our parents are alive, As an adult, you create that separation, and you create that separation to become an adult. And it's hard and it's frightening. And that's where we abandon ourselves in that moment. That we are afraid to do it all on our own, but we can. We totally can be our greatest parent. Give yourself the greatest parent, mom or dad mug ever to yourself. Because I know you can do it. You have the nectar. You have that nectar, and you have the food for your baby. Got the food for your baby. What was the other one? Let's get out our mermaid oracle. Here's what it looks like, in case you're interested. All right, Spirit. Shuffle in. Whoop, whoop. Oh. See what pops up for us, shall we? Spirit, what mermaid message? We have the return of Aphrodite, water flight, and endurance reversed. Okay, return of Aphrodite. Temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. So let's read into that. 13. The mermaids sing. She has come back to us, piercing us all with her sweetness and beauty. Let's read the divination. When Aphrodite comes to you from the sea, you are being reminded of your deep, delicious nature. That food and those sweets. And the holiness of laughter and delight. There will be female friends who encourage you to remain free and to find out for yourself what it is you want and who will praise you and assist you. It's a time of being reborn into your sensual self and all that you are as a woman. Your yoni, your body, your breasts and hips, all are now greeted and claimed, reclaimed with love. You see that you do walk in beauty, and that many have seen you coming from afar and have desired you. There is no sin in this. Aphrodite loved beauty too, and knew how to share it with other women, gifting her magic belt to Hera for a time to help her with her faithless husband Zeus, or sharing Adonis for half the year with youthful, irresistible Persephone. She is not the same as others. She does not wish to have and to hold. She wishes to experience, to love, to be filled again and again with all the beauty this world has to offer, but she never wishes for ownership. All is golden. Everybody is in love for a magical time because the goddess has returned. And they were talking about women getting in touch with women, and I also think that applies to men who are watching this, that you pile threes need to focus on your own sex and that aspect of you, and hang out with more women or more men if you're a man, to just connect with that part of yourself and to find that love within yourself as you're on this journey. Then we have number 14. Go. Water flight. Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. All right. The mermaids sing. When one of we sea beings lie upon the shore, unable to return for hours, to the sea, just above the tide line, led there by sonar and other human follies, we die not so much from the dryness of the air, but from the weight of the world of the air. You see, in the world of water, we are light, we weigh less. The water holds us, suspends us in the world of the air. We are left to fall to the ground, to remain heavier, and the weight of our own bodies, organs, blood, and bones slowly crushes us. Similarly, if you humans live too much in the world of air, without the weightlessness and suspension, the support and the buoyancy of water, you can be crushed, weighed down until you can barely breathe in anymore. You live so much in the world of air in terms of intellect too. The thought of world dominates humans, and you neglect the feeling world, which can sustain, uplift, and support you, allowing you in the realm of emotional imagination to do what your head says cannot be done, to take flight, to create story, to feel the depth and possibility of your lives, and to wonder. The world of air often crushes the life out of dreams of water. Do not let this happen to you. Dun, dun, dun. Then the divination for this is, it's time to allow yourself for the freedom to feel and to express those feelings. This will release and let go of some of the weight you've been feeling that may have actually manifested and physicalized in more weight on your body. A sense of discomfort when moving, less flexibility, and a feeling of being clumsy at times. The re-involvement with your emotions can also be nurtured by allowing tears to fall, connecting with your own inner sea, and if you're a woman, by connecting with the womb. If you're a man, you may develop a new appreciation of the feminine nature and of your own emotional wisdom. Men and women alike who receive this card may wish to spend more time in healing natural bodies of water. The weight of your form that you experience on land will vanish, and likewise you will release any worries, your deep sadness, and that sense of being overwhelmed that you so often experience. The freedom of water can be yours emotionally, physically, and your spirit will take underwater flight. Yes, so that is that meditation, that cooling, that nurturing that you're going to be doing with your inner children is going to release that burden, those burdens that have been kept within you, that your inner child has been keeping because you're not there to parent them and take the burden off their shoulders. So it's ready. Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast, weightlessness is what this means. It's letting the whales save you. So yeah, I'm ready for your parenting journey. And finally we have endurance reversed. 40. Okay. Okay. Endurance reversed. You may believe you're weak or physically unable to complete a task. You may have committed to believing that there is no way your strength can increase. It is not always about your physicality, so often it is the amazing endurance of spirit and your soul and your creative force that requires the ability to go that little bit further, to reach a little harder, to extend yourself to go well beyond a comfort zone. You may also believe that to become more aligned, powerful, and strong physically is to weaken the intuitive self. So there you go. You may have committed to believing that there's no way your strength can increase. It is the amazing endurance of spirit and your soul and your creative force. So yes, that creative force, that art, the spirit and soul, that meditation, use those elements to understand yourself and feed that little orphan, the little wolf that's inside of you. So then finally, let's get some divination blocks and some charms and stamps, and then we'll call it nights. All right, we've got a 4, a kitty cat, meow meow meow, a dragonfly, and an umbrella. So what I'm seeing is this is your guide to the dream world, the dragonfly. Look up dragonfly totem. I think one of the other piles got it too, but we are talking about dreams, so it's great that we have a dream messenger, and you might be seeing more dragonflies these days. A kitty is cats are very represent intuition, and I think that's where you need to dive in and also look up spiritual meaning of cats. And if you have cats, or if you can be around cats, be around them, use their energy, bring in their energy so that you can work with yourself, and maybe your inner child would like to play with a little kitty cat too. And then we have umbrella. What I'm seeing is that you've been shielding yourself. Water represents emotions, and an umbrella in a dream is, so in a dream, water coming down like rain is emotions that are trying to hit you, and you're using the umbrella to block these. But what I want you to do is remove that umbrella and go out and feel those emotions. That is how you're going to discover your inner rage child and discover how much it needs to be nourished. Even just having all that water pour over yourself in the shower and the bath, try doing that, and I think that will awaken something inside you. So yeah, try some shower bath magic as well. So finally, let's get some charms and stamps. All right. So we have this I love hanging with you bracelet, and it's blue like the throat chakra, and the candle I lit, oh, it's almost out. And what I'm seeing here is that you're ready to communicate your passions to the world, and that you've been afraid because you've been ignoring your shadow sides and your inner beast, and that slowly you're going to be flexible just like this, and flexible enough to understand how to feed what's within you instead of running away and being scared of what you've abandoned. Then we have this Sacramento, California keychain, which I got when I was in maybe like 2nd or 3rd grade, but a long time ago. And what I get from this is, if Sacramento isn't significant to you, I'm getting just a connection to family, and that maybe your family can help you connect to your inner child wounds, depending on how open they are. But maybe just having little chats and seeing, maybe like listening to stories of who you were, how you were when you were young, like when you were a toddler, parts of your childhood that you can't remember. Maybe you can ask about that with family and learn a little more about yourself as a child to reconnect with that inner child in you. And finally, we have a number 5, an F, and a T or L. The other pile got this, so it could be whatever you want. It can be whatever you like. All right, pile number 3. Doo-doo-doo. Thank you so much for dropping by at Raining Rainbows Divination, and I'll see you next time. Bye.